в принципе, сегодня большая редкость для нашего эфира. I'm just gonna say in Russian, then we're gonna speak in English most of the time.
Sometimes we're gonna add Russian to confuse you.
Iwen Chu, Democratic nominee for New York State Senate in District 17. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Welcome. Can you
just a little bit closer to the microphone?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good morning. Thank you.
Great. So could you please tell us a little bit about yourself? You're a freshman in the politics, right?
Yes, I am.
So that's the first first run.
This is my first time announced to run for office. I used to work for Assemblyman Peter Abadi. He's a chief of staff for 10 years. And before that, I was a local journalist. I came here at age of 27 for my sociology degree in CUNY, Brooklyn College. And then I just decided, I fall in love with Brooklyn specific, not just New York, specific Brooklyn. So I decided to process my immigration paperwork. That's how I decided to stay here. And then just how I realized immigrant community from Southern Brooklyn, they're just historically underserved, underrepresented. And that's how with today's opportunity, I decided to coming out to run.
So today in New York, actually everybody preaching that's going to be the red wave, Republicans going to win. And you decide this year run for the office.
Yes.
For Democratic Party.
For Democratic Party.
And especially that you're coming from Taiwan. You were born in Taiwan.
I was born and raised in Taiwan.
So people usually who comes from places that are in bed with elephant, because an elephant is north from you, and you were living till 27 with the feeling that probably one day it's gonna be different and might change any moment. Usually the people who coming there are Republicans, from former Soviet Union or from the places that had already that influence of Marxism. How come you're Democrat?
Taiwan is actually a very democratic country. It come with a very liberal mindset. So I understand, but also when I became an immigrant here, I understand there's a reality. I need to relearn the social system, the Medicare system. I'm a public school mom, so I need to relearn education system. I didn't study here, kindergarten, elementary school. I didn't go through those systems. So when I became a mom, I need help to navigate those things for my own daughter. Then I realized that there's a lot of practical issues we need to address, specific for immigrant community and immigrant families. And that's how my own approach, it's more common sense and moderate platform.
So as a mom, how you rate what is going on right now in the city?
In public school systems.
In public school systems.
It definitely can be better. I'm not idealist. I know there's no one system can be 100% perfect. So I'm running to make it better. I know nothing gonna be perfect, but I'm hoping we can have more special high school. I'm hoping every school can have given talent from K to 8 given talent program. I'm hoping we can allocate more resource for diverse program for all the kids with the special needs and all the enrichment programs. If they want to learn art, they want to learn music, we're supposed to be able to support them. So.
What neighborhoods in your 17th district?
I have Sunset Park, which is the Brooklyn Chinatown, and the whole Bensonhurst, whole Bath Beach, and northern part of Diker High, a corner of Bay Ridge, where the Muslim area, and the Kensington.
And the Thailand area, right?
And then Kensington, which is the Southern Asian community.
Well, and also for that election, a lot of Republicans, they are staying for the safety of our streets. How you feel? Is it safe enough? Because we have from the both parties here,
right.
And most of the Democrats are in other states are worse.
Well, it's right. I believe safety is not a party or political issue. Safety is for every individual, every family, especially if you're parents, you worry about the safety for your younger ones or your senior ones, right? So safety is not a political issue.
So you're saying the safety, that's your own choice?
No, safety, everybody cannot deny we don't feel safe. We don't. A couple months ago, we saw the 36th Street entrance, the subway attack, right? And there's, in the past 2 years, a lot of Asian members in the community got pushed out from the subway or being attacked on the street. And I believe there's a lot of more cases without media attention because there's no verbal exchange or anything, evidence to show. It's a real fear in the community. So,
it is.
Yeah, and I've been working very closely with local precinct because my previous position as a chief of staff for Assemblyman Peter Body, and I'm also a community partner with 6A precinct. That's because the local precinct need to work closely with community so they will understand what happened in a community, and also if there's any attention and any tension from local community, I can become the bridge to communicate with local precinct so I can resolve any misunderstanding. So I believe working with police and support police and law enforcement could actually, change and bring more awareness and help ease the public's insecurity about this atmosphere.
I clearly can see that you see the problem. Definitely. But let's say it's going to be debate, tomorrow.
Yes.
Your opponent going to tell you, are you going to be representing the party that was voting for defund the police?
No.
And you saying it's not safe.
I'm for fully funded to help our police officer.
Is your party supports that?
That's one thing. Party is the democratic value you choose, right? I believe it's a whole spectrum. There's a very far two side, right? I'm more in the middle with the common sense and moderate. So,
that's great.
So you're central. You're in central of Democratic Party.
I'm more common sense and practical because I'm immigrant. So,
right.
Yeah, I just don't believe use ideology can fix everything. Ideology is a direction you want to go approach. That will be a direction. But practical way, how do you go to that area, right? You need to be very practical. It's not like one day thing. You want to be a millionaire. You just don't wake up tomorrow and become a millionaire. You need to work hard. You need to earn. You need to invest. You need to do things right. Then maybe you have the opportunity. So
well, there are a lot of people today in U.S. They do not believe that the centrals are still there.
Yeah,
they believe just only the radical sides of the parties exist right now in the U.S.
Well, I think New York, that's the beauty of New York. It's very diverse, right?
It is.
Yeah. So I believe those believe in spectrum and how we're going to go approach, it's also very diverse. And I just don't believe there's only one way to get things done. Like, you need to be creative. If there's multiple ways, if you can be creative, you can find different way to fix the issues. If we already know one way, if there's only one way to fix it, then supposedly we shouldn't be seeing any issues. It should be fixed already, which is not the reality, right?
It depends. Some ways to fix things are not allowed. Like, we cannot return stop and frisk, because if you do, we'll stop right away all the guns, crime, and all the shooting incidents, right?
Obviously,
as it will be under Bloomberg and
right. That's why I say I don't believe there's a perfect system here, right? I believe that we can always be better. Like, if we can, there's one system, we had an approach to it, and we saw the issues. We're supposed to fix those, like, not enough. Then if we can make it better, then hopefully our community and our world will be a better place.
In your opinion, Iwen, tell me, how do you think, are progressive strong right now? Like progressive wing of Democratic Party in New York City, are they strong?
It really depends district by district. In my district, it's more common sense. It's immigrant majority.
That's Brooklyn, right?
Right. As the Southern Brooklyn, it's not a progressive area because we're immigrants, we're seniors, we're working families. So we're more like on the practical, right?
But you're going to be on a state level. Let's say you get elected. And over there, you're going to have people from Bronx. You're going to have people from Manhattan. So how are you going to fight them in assembly? Because they're going to present their agenda. That's very ideological agenda.
So we represent from the people. Like, people will elect me, hopefully, right? Like, I suppose our job is to represent people's voice. If I got elected with this kind of platform, that means people support this in my district. That means that's my job to bring it up to the Senate, to the state level, to make sure people, other district and other Senate and the state government understand the needs from the district. That will be my job. And that's everyone's job.
Okay. Let's ask another question that was bothering me, for many, many days. Pelosi visited Taiwan. Where are you from? How do you feel about it? What's the result of it?
First, that's at federal level.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
It is. I do understand.
I don't have
teaching.
I don't have jurisdiction on that. But as a U.S. official and elect, she suppose has the right to go anywhere in this world, anywhere she thinks it will benefit from this country.
Is it like any benefit for this country?
That in her
Except, the
You have a
China race.
full rage confrontation with
yeah,
China
in
right
her
now.
level, I couldn't comment too much.
Okay.
But I believe, her office and the whole, the federal level, they made some decision about this. So probably it's the benefit for her to go. So
Okay.
I cannot make
The Biden recently said, like in Boston, in his speech, that if the midterms will turn to the Republican Party, it's going to be even worse. What he does mean under even worse? How worse it can be?
So so that's the beauty of the United States, the politics. It's always Democrat.
It's all can be worse.
It's always you're looking for a better.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
I'm a
definitely.
positive person.
That's for sure.
Right? You give Democrat a chance, you see something not enough, you give it to Republican. You see something still not enough, you give it the chance back to Democrat. And hopefully, right, between those party changes, who is in the office, you see difference, you see changes, you see opportunity, you see improvement. So hopefully that's the beauty of this democracy system.
Do you think time is ripe to have a third center party that's going to unite Democrat that is in center and Republican who is in center? Because now we have a lot of extreme on both sides. The nation is divided.
Possible. I'm not excluding any opportunity to make the society better. So however it works, we're supposed to be open-minded and to think about if this is going to be better. It's not like a yes/no question. We should be open-minded to think about this. So.
How you see the outcome, for the midterms election?
I'm a Democrat,
It is.
of course. I am hopefully right. We will still keep it as a Democrat, but I understand again, right? People has the choice. People have their voice, and however they voted, it reflects to their value. And the other party and the rest of the community and society is supposed to look at the result and reflect what's not enough. And when we see the result, hopefully we can change to a better.
Yeah, but what I see from my own experience is single party state never does good, actually. Never. They always have some issues there. So two parties should be represented, in a state.
That's
Unfortunately,
ideal, right?
New York State is not like that. How many Republicans in the Senate right now?
Oh, I don't know how many. I don't study that.
It's like
So-
third, like 47 out of like 150
Minority.
something.
Minority.
So-
it's a minority.
You need to look at things from the bottom up, right? People elect, that's reflect people's voice about this. It's not like the party rule. It's not top trickle down. The political system here, people vote and then elect. That's why I'm running as a Democratic line, and hopefully I will get elected. That means people agree what I believe and what I know, my understanding from the community base, right? They know my approach, my understanding reflect to their belief, and hopefully I will become their voice in the state government level. And that's how the New York become majority Democratic voice, because that just reflect majority of the people's voice. But it does not mean the other side is not important.
Don't you feel like the Democratic Party just basically buying the votes for the election? I'm a student loan forgiveness. What's all the payments they're giving for those who needs that.
Well,
Whatever they mean
you
under
cannot
that.
say it's buying the votes, because if you're on student loan, it doesn't mean only Democrat has the right. If you're a student, it doesn't mean you're a Democrat. You get a forgiveness. You're a Republican, you don't get it, right? It's a benefit to help people in general, and it just when it comes to Democratic value and Republican value, there's a difference between this.
Why so many top names for the Democratic Party right now doesn't support Biden for the next term?
Yeah, it's a federal level. I'm really
Okay.
focused on local issues.
You're coming to state level and state legislature, actually.
State.
What are you thinking about what your first proposed law can be that you're going to be author or with company of other assembly people? What you're going to do?
So I came from immigrant community, so I'm an immigrant myself, right? I have a daughter, and I understand how education issue is so important and crucial for immigrants. Because like I have a friend who was a high school teacher, math teacher from China, when he came here without language capacity, he couldn't actually look for a better position, right? He could only work for a restaurant, 6 days and 12 hours a day. And that's why I know, like, all the immigrants just put all the resource to their next generation. Hopefully they will become better and they will go to the mainstream. They don't need to repeat those labor intense position like their parents, right? So if I was to be elected in the state level, like secure fully funded for our public school, secure more resource for our public school, open more given talent program and given special high school, that will be something open and benefit for everyone, instead of like one community fight against the other for resource. It doesn't make sense.
More money for public schools.
Yes.
Do you think about changing curriculum a little more in the side of more traditional family values, I would say? What do you think about that?
What do you mean?
I mean by that certain ideas of that are right now taught in public school about homosexuality and stuff. How are you going to approach that problem? Because sometimes for a lot of people that's concerning. Because kids at the age of 5, 6, 7, 8 are getting some info that probably they shouldn't be getting. And got some ideas they shouldn't be getting those ideas also. What do you think about that?
My daughter right now is 13. I'm very involved to her education. I did not catch what you were saying, but I'm definitely open-minded to hear what would be the concern and what they hear and taught from the school. I would like to know more about this. I'm a public school mom, but in terms of what my daughter's education, I'm fortunate her schools are wonderful, and teacher and principal administration, they've been very communicative. If there's concern, we address directly. So I don't have the concern you mentioned, but I would like to hear like from other parents, if they have those concerns, I would like to hear what's their concern.
All right. Great. Thank you. It was friendly talk as much as we could.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's great having you here. Actually, maybe even like any day close to the election, we're going to see what's going on. And
yes,
you're more than welcome to come to Galveston again.
Thank you. It's 55 days to go. Hopefully.
It is. It's a very short time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me this morning.
Yeah, once again, it was Iwen Chu, Democratic nominee for the New York State Senate in District 17. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Success.